Yes, so my people, America don't vex so. And this time around, the person wey America dey vex for no be even Putin, no be China, no be another person, na South African president Ramaphosa. Una know say if America dey vex with person or a country, they no need to shoot gun. E get how they take dey bring that country to its knees. Na wetin wan happen to South Africa so. Shey una dey aware say South Africa na the only African country wey carry Israel go ICJ, International Court of Justice, say make ICJ arrest Netanyahu, president of Israel, say make dem charge am for war crime because say Netanyahu dey commit war crime. Why? Because people enter in country, come kill im people and e retaliate. Na South Africa now dey tell ICJ say why e go retaliate. So my people, America don look am say any attack on Israel na attack directly on them. So America now, they don pass a bill and law now last week to bring South Africa, to give them problem, and the bill wey they pass so e affect South Africa well well. Make una watch this video, make una take understand wetin I dey try to talk. Some dey say you don't wan say I dey upset, you don't wan say but na the truth na just dey bring come for una. This one no be for children, na for men. Make men listen, make dem listen to this analysis of wetin dey happen for the world now. America go soon give South Africa problem. Watch the video.
The United States of America, the world's global power, is angry. Interestingly, this time, the US anger is not directed towards its greatest rival, Russia or China. Instead, it is directed towards South Africa. Now, based on what has happened over and over again in the past, we know that once America is angry with a country, it is going to find ways to punish that country. Fellow Africans, this is about to happen again. The American government wants to punish South Africa. The question is, why? What exactly did South Africa do? It's simple. South Africa openly stood against the US by dragging Israel, an ally of the US, to court, accusing it of genocide in its current fight with Palestine. In a historic moment, South Africa tabled its case against Israel on January 11, 2024, stating that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Although the court has yet to issue a ruling, it ordered Israel to prevent and punish direct incitement of genocide. The fact is, if the court finds Israel guilty, then the US would also be guilty. While South Africa was busy celebrating its win, the US decided to retaliate by proposing a bill that has the potential to cause trouble for South Africa in various facets of business, aid, and geopolitics. The bill was proposed recently by Congressman John James and Jared Moskowitz, who are from the Republican and Democratic parties, respectively. This is very significant because the Republican and Democratic parties are opposite of each other. Rarely do they work together. So, for both parties to be in agreement, it means the United States is truly united in going all out against South Africa. The bill calls for a full review of the bilateral relationship between the US and South Africa. It states that not later than 30 days after the date of enactment of this act, US President Joe Biden, in consultation with the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Defense, shall certify to the appropriate congressional committees and release publicly an unclassified determination explicitly stating whether South Africa has engaged in activities that undermine United States national security or foreign policy interests. The bill further accused South Africa of collaborating with Russia, China, and Iran, and that South Africa was acting inconsistent with its publicly stated policy of non-alignment in international affairs by continuously siding with Hamas, a US-designated foreign terrorist organization. The proposed bill accused South Africa of supporting Hamas since 1994 and of taking a hardline stance of consistently accusing Israel of practicing apartheid. The US congressman who proposed the bill accused the South African government and ANC leaders of blaming Israel for provoking the attack, on October 7th and said they had made a variety of anti-Semitic and anti-Israel related statements. ANC spokesperson Mahlengi Bhengu Motsiri was accused of defending Hamas by saying the attacks were unsurprising, while President Cyril Ramaphosa was slammed for accusing Israel of genocide. South African Foreign Minister Naledi Pandor was not left out of the accusations. She was accused of taking a phone call with Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh just days after the attack and meetings with the government leaders of Iran. So, is the US trying to insinuate that South Africa collaborated with Hamas to attack Israel? Honestly, this is just wrong. Now, aside from accusing South Africa of collaborating with Hamas, the bill went on to highlight how in recent years South Africa has deepened its relationship with Russia and China. It cites that South Africa dispatched multiple high-level official delegations to Russia to further political, intelligence, and military cooperation. It also adds that South Africa and the ANC's relationship with the Chinese government and its ruling Chinese Communist Party, CCP, which is committing gross violations of human rights in the Xinjiang province and implementing economically coercive tactics around the globe, undermine South Africa's democratic constitutional system of governance. These acts include what it says are ongoing ANC and CCP inter-party cooperation, including the recruitment of former United States and NATO fighter pilots to train Chinese People's Liberation Army pilots at the Test Flying Academy of South Africa, South Africa's hosting of 6 Chinese government-backed and CCP-linked Confucius Institutes, South Africa's participation in a political training school in Tanzania funded by the Chinese Communist Party, cooperation with the Chinese Global Belt and Road Initiative, and the widespread presence in South Africa's media and technology sectors of PRC state-linked firms. Finally, the bill stated that the ANC-led South African government has a history of substantially mismanaging a range of state resources and has often proven incapable of effectively delivering public services, threatening the South African people and the South African economy. It accuses President Ramaphosa of having declared the national state of disaster over the worsening energy crisis, the worsening multi-year power crisis caused by the ANC's chronic mismanagement of the state-owned power company, Eskom, resulting from endemic high-level corruption